Okay, so guys, welcome back to Shroud of the Avatar. My name is Caballero, and I'm in Elysium mines mining while watching Impact Wrestling. Okay, so the episode I'm watching is for the May 11th, May 11th episode of Impact. Okay, so let's go and mine while I'm watching Impact Wrestling. Unfortunately, you guys won't hear anything because the Impact Wrestling show is a copyrighted show, so I won't be able to broadcast even the audio of the show. But I'm going to talk about it while I'm mining. Okay, so they're just doing the recap from last week episode. Yes, I grew up watching wrestling, especially WWF, but I don't watch WWE anymore, except maybe WrestleMania, because the Hardy Boys were introduced in WrestleMania, the latest one. So the thing I like about Impact Wrestling is the X Division, and the wrestling in Impact Wrestling is somewhat more fast-paced than the slowed down version or wrestling version that WWE is like used to do. So at least the wrestling is in Impact is more fast-paced than WWE. And in a way, the matches the matches are somewhat better actually. I see more spots. Well, in WWE they have like these two wrestlers that kind of sucks. John Cena and Roman Reigns. Both of them can't wrestle. They are too boring to watch. Okay, so first match is, of course, my guess is this is going to be an X Division, obviously. Okay, so we have this guy. who the crap is this guy? Oh, it's Andrew Everett. So the first match is an X Division match. I'm not sure if this is it's a four-way, so there's another participant. So I like the X Division of Impact Wrestling, but the thing that I don't like about this what they're doing in X Division is that there are almost no singles matches. Look at that. This is a four-way X Division match. Almost every week, the X Division matches are like four-way, three-way, six-way, and I don't like it. I wish they would do more singles X Division matches. So the reason why I like the X Division is because the wrestlers are athletic, and you'll see a lot of amazing moves. Moves that are banned in WWE. And it's also again fast paced. The cruiserweights in WWE, I haven't seen much of the cruiserweights in WWE, but if I'm going to base it on their heavyweights, I'm sure I'm not going to like it. I might enjoy it more than the heavyweights in WWE, but compared to the X Division of Impact Wrestling, the WWE's cruiserweights is like children playing in a in a sandbox. Well, it's not even a sandbox. Playing in an empty sandbox where they can't do anything. Oh, by the way, the new X Division champion is low key, and again, I didn't like how he won it. It was on a six-way exhibition match. So, what they should do is, like, if it's a championship, they should like have it in a singles match rather than that silly six-way. I didn't like it. But Loki winning the title, well, it's great because Loki is great, and Loki is sporting a new gimmick. It's like the Hitman gimmick. It's been a while since I saw Loki, and it was the first time I've seen him using that Hitman gimmick. If you know the video game Hitman, that is what Loki is cosplaying right now. Cosplaying. He is cosplaying the Hitman character. Ah, look at that. How do you even describe that move? Right now I'm spending too much time fighting skeletons rather than mining. Ah, look. Okay, so another combo move. I don't know who the wrestler in blue tights is. I don't know the name. So some of the wrestlers, the new wrestlers in Impact are really new to me. I'm not very familiar with them. Especially these three guys. I've seen Everett before. He was formerly with the Hurricane. Forgot the name. Greg something. The Hurricane in WWE. But they had a falling out, so it's now out of that group. So what they're doing now, they're kicking each other. Ah, look at that. Of course, the commentator is again Josh Matthews, and he is very annoying. Okay, so Everett just did a suicide dive over the top rope. Over, not under the top rope, but over. Look at that. Nice. Nice and dangerous. Okay, so look at this guy. Ah, another over the top rope. Suicide dive. Cartwheel, then a suicide dive. Wow. That is why I like the X Division. The wrestlers are crazy. Okay, so we have this guy named Seidel. He's new in Impact. Again, I don't know who this guy in blue tights is, or blue trunks. Ah, Connolly. So that guy's called Connolly. So look at that. So there is continuous action in X Division. There's almost no pause when you're watching an X Division match. How they're doing it, I have no idea. Okay, so Andrew Everett win with a Franken driver? What? That is a sick move. It's called the Franken driver. Well, that is what the Pope called it. I'm just repeating what the Pope said. So the commentators are the Pope and the annoying Josh Matthews. Okay. And right now I'm fighting the annoying kobold mage. Annoying. They spawn too much. Okay, so again, just like last week, they started the show with an X Division match, and that is how you start a show. With you put the most exciting match as your first match. And we have JB. Jeremy Borash is with the audience. He was suspended in a couple of weeks ago for hitting the annoying Josh Matthews. So they have this storyline where Josh Matthews and Jeremy Borash are like beefing against each other or beefing with each other. So of course we have EC3, Ethan Carter III, which is one of my favorite wrestlers here in Impact because he is annoying. It's just fun to watch. So these segments, I'm not a big fan of these segments. It's like watching a C movie, if there is such a C movie. Especially this guy with the mohawk. My goodness, can't even remember his name. This guy with the mohawk, so annoying. Annoying in a bad kind of way. I'm not sure why Impact Wrestling is pushing this guy. Every week he has this segment where he calls the another person a liar or something like that. Are you calling me a liar or something like that? It's annoying. They should just get rid of this segment. Look at that. Are you calling me a liar? Seriously? It's so bad. So if you want to lose ratings, if you want to lose people watching, you should do this kind of segments. So if you are a first time Impact Wrestling viewer and this is the segment that you first see, I won't be surprised if you don't watch another episode, because this segment with this guy is just bad. It's not entertaining. They should just focus on the wrestling. The thing that I like about Impact Wrestling is the wrestling, not the silly segments. Okay, so we have this guy, the cowboy. Oh, it's not the cowboy. It's not James Storm. It's EC3, and he's doing his thing, which is mocking James Storm. So now EC3 is like has a what do you call this, grudge or something, or he has this thing with James Storm, and now he enters the impact zone wearing a cowboy outfit. This guy is so funny. He is annoying in a funny kind of way. The other guy in that stupid liar segment is annoying in a bad kind of way. And EC3 can talk, okay? He can act a little, at least. And he does stupid things like this. Ah, look at that. Now he is impersonating James Storm. Hey, cowboy tree. Too bad that the Hardy Boys went back to WWE. I really enjoy the Broken Universe gimmick. Tag Team Apocalypto is one of the best things that I've seen in wrestling in many years. Remembering Tag Team Apocalypto always makes me smile. Okay, that's how crazy and fun that thing is. Of course, WWE will not use that gimmick. So, but hopefully TNA can continue that gimmick. They'll need a charismatic wrestler to pull that off. Who knows? Maybe EC3 can do the Broken Universe gimmick. So EC3 is going to recite something that he wrote for James Storm. I'm sure it's stupid. Okay, so basically EC3 is singing a song, and it's bad. Okay, so this kind of segment I can tolerate, but the other segment were with the Mohawk guy, you know, the guy with Sienna. I'm sorry, but I forgot the name of that guy. That segment was that segment was bad. He's not EC3, even though this segment is also bad. Okay, so now we have James Storm coming out. Of course, that is your typical pro wrestling segment. Someone will come out, talk trash to you, and then the other wrestler will come out, and then they will fight in the ring. You see that? I'm not sure if this is going to conclude in a match or something. So basically EC3 is back to being a heel and James Storm is back to being a face. They keep switching roles in professional wrestling. The only wrestler that hasn't changed role is John Cena. He's been like a face forever because he's so bad as a wrestler. He can't. He will. A heel John Cena will not work. And of course, he needs to sell all those T-shirts. So. Okay, so now EC3. What did he do? Okay, so James Storm is now in handcuffs. Okay, so EC3 handcuffed James Storm, and now look at that. EC3 is just punishing James Storm with his belt. Seriously, wrestling is not, it's just a show, but getting hit like that with a belt, a leather belt still hurts. You can't tell me that doesn't hurt. That will hurt, and that is why you should respect wrestlers, because they take the hit. They are literally putting their bodies on the line, okay, to entertain people. That will hurt. That would hurt. Look at the back of James Storm, is all red. My goodness. These guys are sadists. Look at that. What happened? Okay, so EC3 just tripped over. Look at that. Tripped over one of the crew, and now he is hitting the crew with his belt. Obviously, it's still part of the show. And again, that is painful. I've been hit by a belt numerous times when I was still a kid, and it doesn't feel good. And these are big ass grown men with a leather belt. That is a real leather belt. That is not a fake leather belt. And you can see it on James Storm's back. Look at that, it's all red. Look at that. That is not makeup. Okay, the thing on James Storm's back, that is not makeup. That is that is real red, bloody red. Well, it's not bloody yet. Look at that. James Storm will have a very sore back, and I'm sure they'll just laugh at it. So I like this storyline between James Storm and EC3. So I guess they are prepping for a match in Slammiversary, which will happen this July. It's pay-per-view. Unfortunately, it's not on free TV. Look at the back of the cowboy. Look at that. My goodness. That is freaking real. So basically, there are like two companies running Impact Wrestling based on storyline or kayfabe. I think that is what it's called. There is the TNA championships, and then there's the GFW championships or champions. Okay, so wrestler Idris Abraham and then Hakeem Zayn. So these guys look like X Division guys. They are a tag team. So there is a GFW tag team tournament. But who is the champion? Laredo Red. Laredo Kid. And who is the other guy? So the guy in the mask is Laredo Red. It's Garza Jr. So again, small guys, X Division guys. They should make an X Division tag team championship. So since these are basically X Division guys, this is going to be a fun tag team match for the GFW. Oh well, it's not for the GFW. It's part of the GFW tournament, tag team tournament. So this is going to be, as I've said, a fast-paced match. So two matches in, and both are like X Division matches. Nice. So the other guy almost botched that sequence. Nice knee to the face. Wow. Shoulder block by the hairy guy. Okay, so that move was telegraphed. Garza Jr. and Laredo Kid are somewhat bigger than the look at that combination move. Well, it's not really a combination move, but it's they did it at the same time, so so that was a quick match. I wish the match was longer, but again, it's only a 2-hour show, so they need to end it. Well, they could have longer matches, because if they can just cut down on the stupid segments. They take so much time. So they're showing a replay of last week's match between well, it's a knockout, well, a GFW Women's Championship match. This happened last week, and that was the ending of that match was somewhat weak. Seriously, Sienna did a botch shoulder tackle. It was a botch, and he won, and she won. So Sienna is the new GFW Women's Champion, and he is with the annoying Mohawk guy. Again, I'm not sure why Impact Wrestling is pushing that guy. Sienna, I have no problems with Sienna. But this Mohawk guy, who the freaking hell is this Mohawk guy? And why is Impact Wrestling pushing him? The GFW belt, Women's Championship belt, looks like a toy. My goodness. Especially with that green thing. Ah, the annoying Mohawk guy again. Come on. Stop it already. Go home. Okay, so another segment of the Make Impact Great. How can you make Impact great? Cut down on the, again, silly segments and add more wrestling. Oh, by the way, Alberto Del Rio is in Impact Wrestling now. But he's called Alberto Del Patron. So he's not Del Rio, because I guess WWE owns that name, Alberto Del Rio. So he can use that in Impact. I'm somewhat surprised that WWE lets AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and the other Impact stars use their actual no use their Impact Wrestling names. Ah, look at that, Ava Tori. So this is a former WWE diva. I forgot what's her name back in WWE, but she's called Ava Story here in Impact Wrestling. She looks good, she's pretty, but the question is, can she wrestle? So I've seen a couple of her matches and I'm not impressed. Okay, so Laurel Van Ness. So Laurel has this like what do you call this? Crazy woman gimmick. And of course she has her bodyguard Congo Kong. So how is Laurel controlling Congo Kong? I don't know. Maybe she kisses him every day or something. Okay, so I'm interested in seeing if this match is any good. Usually, the Impact Wrestling has like great women's wrestling matches, and of course, it's all because of Gail Kim, who is one of the best women's wrestler. My guess is Ava Story will lose this match. Maybe she's the official jobber in the knockouts division. I'm just guessing. Oh my goodness, look at that. My guess was right. My guess was spot on. My guess was correct. Ava's Story just jobbed again. She's like the official jobber of the knockouts division. So if a knockout needs a win, you call Ava Story. And it's too bad. She looks good. Ava Starr is a very pretty girl. She hasn't impressed me as a wrestler though. What is that term? It's like she's like too green, which shouldn't happen since she was in WWE. Well, I just read it somewhere that she was in WWE before she went to Impact Wrestling. So my guess is WWE didn't do any development on her. And look at that. How many minutes was that? It's like a couple of minutes, 1 minute. Wow. Okay, so main event is with Alberto El Patron versus Magnus. So Magnus is the GFW heavyweight champion and is going to face Alberto Del Rio. Oh, look at that, Rockstar Spud. So Rockstar Spud was attacked by Hornswoggle. I'm not sure what happened or how that storyline started. So Hornswoggle just started appearing in around the impact zone. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, he entered the ring and attacked Rockstar Spud, who was working as Impact Zone's or Impact Wrestling's ring announcer. So they did team up during the tag team Apocalypto. So that was the last time I saw Rockstar Spud and Hornswoggle, or just Swoggle, together as a team. I've missed a few episodes of Impact. I just started watching like last month again. Okay, so we have here, who's this guys? LAX, the Latin American Express. Yep, it's LAX, and they are sporting a skull makeup. Maybe it's Halloween. It's Halloween, and they are going out trick or treating. My goodness. Or maybe it's something, maybe an event, a holiday. Okay, so it must be some kind of tradition. So I'm sure it's not their new look. So it must be some Latin tradition. So the LAX doesn't enter the impact zone through the ramp. They don't do that. They enter through the audience. So there is a gate just at the opposite side of the entrance, and that is where they yep. So that is the entrance that they always use, doing the Undertaker gimmick, the Paul Bearer gimmick. They have this urn. I wonder who is in the urn. I'm not sure who. So by the way, the LAX is the current TNA Tag Team Champions. Who knows? Maybe the Undertaker is going to make an appearance. That's never gonna happen. The Undertaker is WWE's property. Okay, so maybe a Paul Bearer. Well, nope, of course not. That will not happen. Again, that is a WWE property. But they enter the ring carrying urns. Well, at least one of them is. Two of them are carrying urns, or just urn. So there is a guy with a skull mask, and he is watching from the bleachers. So okay, Crazy Steve. By the way, Crazy Steve is no longer with Impact Wrestling. That's kind of sad, because I like the Decade gimmick with Abyss. So they were doing a funeral for Decay. My goodness. So maybe the guy that has a skull paint on his face, maybe that is a beast. By the way, Crazy Steve is signed up, just signed with WWE Developmental, something like that, and he is going to appear in NXT. Unfortunately, I don't watch WWE shows. So someone was waving an American flag, and and it somewhat angered one of the LAX members. I'm sure this is part of the story. Again, this is just part of the show. No wrestler will put a hand on an audience. Okay, so they're going to have a storyline with veterans of war. Wow. What is this? It's like Donald Trump versus the wall. Donald Trump and the wall versus versus the south of the wall. I don't know. I'm just guessing. So we have the veterans of war versus the LAX. So next we have the what's this? The Impact Grand Championship. So this is a different kind of match. Instead of just one round, it has like 3 rounds, 3-minute rounds, and you'll need to win at least 2 of the rounds to win the match. Okay. So the current champion is Moose. He's a big guy. I'm not familiar with Moose, but he is the current champion. And the belt looks great, by the way. That looks like a championship belt. The GFW belts look like a toy. But the TNA Impact what's that? Grand Championship belt looks like an actual sports sports belt, sports championship belt. So again, this is the Grand Championship. 3 minute rounds. Of course, if you pin your opponent, you win. If your opponent submit, you win. No need to go through the rest of the rounds. But usually it goes through it goes through all 3 rounds. So it's like boxing. So it's a boxing and wrestling combined. Okay. So, for a wrestler, I'm not very impressed with Moose. He's a big guy. I'm sure he's athletic, but his moves are still green. But still, he is okay to watch. He's fun to watch in a way, because he's a big guy and he does like moves only done by smaller wrestlers. It doesn't look as impressive as smaller wrestlers, but still. So the Grand Champion is different from the Heavyweight Championship. The current TNA or Impact Wrestling Heavyweight Champion is Bobby Lashley. Okay, so end of round 1. So obviously Moose won this round. The challenger did nothing. Again, it's all part of the show. This is not an actual match. Yep, that was obvious. So they'll have like a minute before the start of the next. Oh, they're starting the match already. So okay, so that was quick. So the moves of Moose are not very impressive, but he can move. He can wrestle actually. For a big guy. But I'm still not impressed. I'm sure he'll get better. Actually, He's better than Roman Reigns right now. At least I can watch this guy. Roman Reigns, what? All he does is spear and Superman punch. That's all he does. Roman Reigns, my goodness. Spear, Superman punch. Spear, Superman punch, spear. Okay, so Tyrus just is entering the ring, and Eli Drake. So Tyrus was just a distraction for Eli Drake, and now they are beating the Grand Champion Moose. Okay, so the third round never happened because the opponent, the challenger, Marche, got pinned. Okay, who is this guy we have here? Oh, it's Chris Adonis. The Adonis. So that is a full Nelson. And Eli Drake with the chair. Oh, look at that. Chair shot on Moose's arm. That's gonna hurt. It will still hurt. It'll hurt, but it won't injure the guy. Those are controlled shots. They are meant to make a lot of sound, but not a lot of impact. These are professionals. Again, these are professional wrestlers. Don't do what they're doing at home. These are trained professionals. Ah, so annoying. The spawn rate is too fast here in Elysium Mines. I killed all the mobs, and look at that, they're back again. And I don't loot them all. I always leave something. I don't take everything. I'm doing that to keep them from respawning quickly, but the developers, Portalarium adjusted their respawn rate again. Yes, focus on the X division. Yes, Ultimate X, nice. They should defend the X division title through via a Ultimate X match. Seriously, guys, Ultimate X. So they are bringing back the Ultimate X, which is awesome. First time I saw it, wow. It's so innovative back then. It's like a ladder match, but instead of using ladder, there is a You'll have to climb the ropes to get the championship or the ultimate X. So the American wolves or the wolves are, are fighting with each other. I'm not sure about what happened between the two. They are a tag team called the Wolves in Impact Wrestling, or American Wolves in outside of Impact. But now they are no longer a tag team, and they are somewhat mad at each other. So mining in Elysium is really annoying right now because of the spawn rate. Look at that. Killed all the mobs. They will respawn in just a few seconds. Okay, so I will loot this dead kobold fighter, but I will not take, as you can see, I didn't take everything. Look at that. I accidentally looted that. The same goes with the kobold mage. So I do that because to stop them from respawning quickly. But it is very obvious that Portalarium adjusted their respawn rate, because before I could after killing all the mobs, I could mine all the ores without interruptions, but not anymore. Okay, so this is a women's match between wives, I think. So Angelina Love is still in Impact Wrestling. When it comes to women's wrestling, I like Impact Wrestling's women's wrestling division better than WWE Divas. Although they've been getting some good female wrestlers lately, but I still like the knockouts better than the divas. I'm not sure if Eddie Edwards' woman or wife is a wrestler, is an actual wrestler. I'm not really sure. Okay, so Angelina Love got disqualified because she used a chain. She used a chain on her opponent, just one. Okay, so one of the wolves just used the the what do you call that, crutch on Eddie. I believe that is Davy, Eddie and Davy. So Davy used the crutch on Eddie. It doesn't hurt. It didn't hit him. It was obvious it didn't hit Eddie. But the crutch did hit the mat. Okay, so I'm sure the mat is crying in pain right now. Ah, look at that! There is blood on Angelina Love's elbow. Again, I'm not sure. Maybe it came from the match, because I believe Alicia is not a professional wrestler. So injuries will happen. Minor injuries will happen, especially if you are in Impact Wrestling. So the match was bad. That was terrible. I keep saying that how better the knockouts division of Impact Wrestling is from WWE's Divas, but this is an exemption because again, I'm not sure if Alicia is even a wrestler. The match ended rather quickly. So we have here Alberto El Patron. I said Del Patron later, moments ago. Maybe, yep, I did say Del Patron. So it's El Patron, and we have the champion, Impact Wrestling champion, Bobby Lashley, or simply just Bobby. There's only one Bobby left in Impact, because Bobby Roode is now with is now in WWE. Those are my favorite wrestlers: Bobby Roode, the Hardys, Samoa Joe, Eric Young. They are now in WWE. They left the company after 12 years. AJ Styles, my goodness. James Storm tried, but I guess WWE didn't want him. So I'm watching a replay of the match between the Blueprint and Chris Adonis. Oh, it's not Chris Adonis. I'm sorry. It's some guy I don't know. Oh, it's Magnus. My goodness. Okay, wow. Magnus look bad. Okay. He used to be ripped when the first time he was in Impact Wrestling. Then he left. Then he came back as the GFW champion. Now both the Blueprint, Morgan, I believe that is his name, the Blueprint, and Magnus look terrible. They obviously aged badly. They look old. I've been watching the Hardys for like what, decades, and Jeff Hardy still looks very young, and Magnus looks old. So I don't like these long recaps. Okay, so this happened last week. and they're like showing the entire match. It's quite long. They this is not how you recap things, you know. They should just show highlights of the match and not an entire segment. This match is bad. It feels like I'm watching a slow motion picture. Give us more exhibition matches. Come on, end it already. End it already. Wow. Okay, so it's over. Finally. That was a bad match. I don't know why Magnus is even a champion. That match against Morgan is bad. Yeah, right. So Magnus is holding the toy GFW championship belt. It's a toy. It doesn't look like a championship belt. GFW doesn't have the money to commission a championship looking championship belt. Maybe it's one of those WWE championship replicas. Then they just colored it green or something. So the next match is going to be between Alberto El Patron against Magnus for the GFW Heavyweight Championship. Okay, so Alberto can wrestle, so hopefully this is a watchable or decent match. Also, there is something wrong with Alberto's right hand or right arm. Look at that. He keeps pushing it downward. I don't know why. It's like he's shaking off something. Maybe he had some booger on his hand and he's shaking them off. So he is basically the face in this match. See that? He keeps punching down. I guess Magnus should watch out for those punches. Magnus will be able to telegraph them. Nick Aldis. Magnus. Okay, so now Alberto is punching upward instead of his usual uh, punched downward, he's now punching upward. So something changed. So this is the GFW Heavyweight Championship match. It's for the GFW Championship belt. Look at that. It looks so stupid. So Magnus tried a sneak attack, but it failed. Look at that move by Alberto. It's like an armbar, but on the ropes. Okay, so this is a better match than the Magnus Morgan or Blueprint match. I could tell right from the start it's a match, a much better match than that one. So basically, Alberto is controlling the match because Alberto can carry a match. Magnus can carry a match. That's why the Magnus Morgan match looks bad. A champion should be able to carry a match. So they have like 15 minutes allotted for this match. There you go, Alberto with a what do you call that move? Side slam or something. Now they are outside the ring. So they are taping this in where are they taping this? Universal Studios, Florida, I believe. And they don't have a lot of audience, and it's free. So I'm seeing some Magnus swag in the audience. So well, Magnus has some fans. Again, Alberto is carrying this match. Even though he's down on the mat, he's still carrying this match. Magnus is just so slow, my goodness. Oh, they both fell. They kept hitting each other and then they both fell. Don't do that if you're on the top ropes, or just rope basically. So Impact Wrestling needs to get more people watching if they want to survive. They've been doing this for like over a decade. I've been watching Impact or TNA Wrestling on and off. I still watch WWE shows, but not the television shows. No, SmackDown, Raw. Those are stupid shows. Ah, look at that. Ah, Alberto is punching the air. And I think that was a botch move. It looks so stupid. So what happened was Alberto charged, and I don't know what happened, and I'm not sure what he was going to do, but he charged, and then he stopped. Magnus wasn't doing anything. Okay, that looked stupid. That particular part of that segment, whatever that is called, that part was stupid. It looked stupid. I guess they had some miscommunication of what they're going to do, because Alberto just dodged away from Magnus when Magnus is not doing anything. So clearly a miscommunication between the two wrestlers. Alberto was thinking of one thing while Magnus was thinking of another thing, and that happens. Okay, so that was a weak ass move by Magnus. So weak. Maybe he was afraid of hurting Alberto because they're outside the ring. Look at that. That is a weak ass move. My goodness. So Alberto is still outside, and look at that, he just run towards the ring and entered. And then Magnus met him with a few punches. Elbow to the face by Alberto, and then what is that? Knee to the back. Okay, so it's a series of move. Armbar by look at that, armbar by Alberto. Well, it's not a real armbar. Well, it's an armbar, but there is no force behind it. Unlike armbars in MMA, where they'll literally break your arms. In wrestling, they don't do that. They just make it look that way. So that was a quick combination of moves by Alberto, from a knee to the back of it's like the code breaker but in reverse. And then a quick armbar. And now Alberto is punishing Magnus's arm, left arm, the arm where Alberto applied the armbar. The armbar is that move is very painful. I had it applied to me once, and a real armbar is very painful. Even a figure 4 leg lock It's painful, my goodness. Okay, look at that. What is this move? Some kind of sharpshooter. I'm not sure what it's called. Magnus lock. Will Alberto tap out? Tap out? Okay. Obviously, he will not tap out. He will get to the ropes and rope break. There you go. What is that move? Okay, so Magnus got kicked to the face. 1, 2, and that was a good clean kick to the face of Magnus by Alberto El Patron, but he only got a 2 count. A 2 count from that move. If that was like the Heartbreak Kid, that would be over. It's over. And now Magnus is, punishing Alberto the El Patron. Again, this is a much better match than the Morgan Magnus match that happened last week. That was pretty bad and boring. I believe I didn't watch it to completion. Maybe I watched it halfway through the match, then I stopped watching it. Okay, look at that. Boom! So who will win this match? Only just like 3 minutes left. And look at that. Alberto missed with his stomp. Double stomp. Leg stomp. And why is that painful? Seriously, you tried to stomp someone, you landed on your foot, you landed standing, so why is that painful? Maybe a wrestling logic. It shouldn't hurt. Okay, power bomb. Okay, so I believe this is over. The end of Alberto El Patron. So still Alberto carried this match because Magnus can't carry a match. So what is he waiting for? He just power bombed Alberto El Patron, but now he's waiting for him to get up. So what are you going to do? Okay, so back to the arm bar. Okay, so the commentator are calling it the cross arm breaker. Okay. Look at that. Magnus topped out. So the winner of this match is Alberto El Patron. So he is the new GFW champion, heavyweight champion. Okay, so that wasn't surprising. Okay, so that was a good match. It was carried by Alberto El Patron. It was watchable, enjoyable actually. There were some botched moments that looked stupid, but overall it's a good match. And I'm not a fan of Alberto El Patron, but I believe he's a better champion than again Magnus. Okay, so I guess that's it. It's been an hour and 30 minutes. Impact Wrestling is over. And hope you guys enjoyed watching my avatar mine while I watch. Of course, I'm also controlling my avatar. It's not that I'm using any third-party programs. Of course not. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Also, if you're lagging in front of the avatar, I suggest that you try using Double T Fast. The link to Double T Fast is in the description of this video. Double T Fast is not free, but it has a 14 days free trial. So guys, if you have any comments, questions, or reactions, you can post them in the comment section of the video or the channel. So again, thank you, and see you in Shroud of the Avatar. Bye bye.